Hey guys, I'm just gonna walk you through the deck list here, why I made the choices I made, and give a shout out to CGB for the inspiration. He made a similar list. It was Rakdos Sacrifice. He was really trying to leverage tokens. I thought it was interesting. I didn't agree with a lot of his card choices, but the main idea I really enjoyed. So basically, to address the meta for a second, I was running into clerics every single match for, pretty much a week straight now. So when I saw CGB's video, I got the idea to maybe do a what I like to call board wipe tribal. So we have 9 board wipes, which is great. Of course, as you'll see in the video, we didn't really come across clerics, as is the case when you make any deck in an attempt to counter the meta. You will suddenly not encounter that deck anymore, such as life, such as arena. It is unfair, but what are you going to do? So, anyways, back to the deck. We got the Sacrifice Shell, the Eye Twitch, the Shambling Gas, the Cursebound Witch. We got the Deadly Dispute. And what we've tacked on really since our last video, which I'll link in the description. If you're wondering how I got to Mythic, it's basically a variation of the mono black sacrifice list that I posted last time. So I'll link to that. It was fairly easy ride to Mythic. Once I got there, I started screwing around and losing my rank, trying to come up with new deck ideas, of course, and getting trounced by clerics. But it's a story for another day. So the Deadly Disputes play an function a important role in this deck. Because they ramp. Burn Down the House is quite an expensive card. And Meat Hook is only really effective when you can get it to X equals 4 in this meta. You got a lot of dragons to take out, you got a lot of angels to take out, and you want to get there as quickly as possible because those angels will also start to buff themselves and they'll quickly grow out of your reach. For that reason, we do have 4 Infernal Grasp as backup. Sometimes you just need spot removal. The Burn Down the House is, in my opinion, a fantastic inclusion. At least the thought of it. The concept is fantastic. Because you can also clear out you can finish off the game with it, right? You have 3 1/1 red devil tokens. When it dies, it deals 1 damage. If you have a Meat Hook on the board, or if you have a Blood Artist on the board, that's some really good damage that you can pull off. And notably, over our last deck, which was running Fellstinger, we're actually running Skullport Merchant. The reason for this is I found that my life total, I was actually, it was really significant to not take that 2 damage. And yes, Fellstinger has a better body and it has Death Touch, so it can really take out the creatures on the ground. But this meta doesn't really have many creatures on the ground, so I found that using him as a Death Touch blocker was not nearly as effective as I would hope. Another reason to use Skullport Merchant instead is he also incidentally ramps, which gets us closer to our board clears and allows us to stay in the game, essentially. So if you do like sacrifice decks, I would definitely give this a shot. I took a few games off of control decks, which was surprising to me, and it did reasonably well against dragons. I'll show off the lessons here. Basically, I just went for the usual suite. I got Environmental Sciences, Necrotic Fumes, Pest Summoning, and decided to throw in Illuminate History. I thought maybe I could bin cards that I didn't really need, maybe in the control matchup, but it's just too expensive, really. If I were to redo it, I would definitely make this maybe a start from scratch. The one that destroys target artifact, just for extra utility. I don't think I'd use that either. Most of the time, these are blood token fodder, really, if I'm being honest. Okay, that's the deck. Hope you enjoy the games, and good luck in the arena. Okay, let's see what we come across today. Probably a million clerics, and when it's not clerics, just some other life gain deck. Okay. This hand has no real ramp outside of Deadly Dispute, so we're gonna have to pray for the best. We do go first though, which is pretty good. We need to pick up another red source. Could always use the treasure as a red source, but I'd rather play this as a black. Playing at the eye twitch first because we can always fetch environmental sciences from the eye twitch if we must. Opponent has decided he does not want to play anymore. Okay. Mountain. So, probably dragons here? Yeah. Dragons give us a bit of trouble. We do have the burn down the house in the hand though, which is fantastic. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about this whelp. What we're doing is going to play out the Cursebound Witch, and we're going to hold up Deadly Dispute. Can play a 4-mana dragon next turn. He has the land. See if he has the Town Razor. I mean, they always have the Town Razor, right? It's interesting. Either he doesn't have a land or he doesn't have a Town Razor. We have the Grasp now as well. Are we killing the whelp if it already had 2 activations? I'm not so sure. I think too little too late at this point. I think what you want to do is... Well... I think we're going to try and drag out as many dragons as we can and burn down the house, right? Let's leave our eye twitch back to chump block Goldspan or Inferno with the Star Mounts or whatever the hell he's doing. He doesn't have his 3rd land, which is pretty good for us. So most he can do is Town Razor Tyrant next turn. We didn't actually have to leave the eye twitch back. We could have sent it in. Found his 3rd land, so I assume... Okay. We can Infernal Grasp this one. And save the eye twitch for another chump. I think that's the play. I don't want him to have a million different treasures here. No reason to hold up mana. We may as well go in with the land. We still have the chump blocker up for whatever he's slamming next. Okay, another gold span. And a Town Razor. Well, now the burn down the house is really juicy, right? Could also take this opportunity to Meat Hook Massacre. Pros and cons are Meat Hook Massacre starts dealing damage to him whenever we sack something. But Meat Hook Massacre can hit the Inferno with Star Mount since it's a 6/6. Burn Down the House can also get us 3 1/1s to seal out the game later. It's a tough call. It's a really tough call. I think we're going for land here. I want to save the Agademes. We have a nice 1 and a 2 to bring back, and they're both flyers. We will not sacrifice this. We have a Skullport Merchant too. If we get this, we can use the treasure and use the Meat Hook Massacre, which I think is the play. Next turn, we can actually sacrifice the land to stop taking damage. Could try to swing here, but I don't think there's any possibility that that is getting through, so we may as well take our 1 damage off of the Meat Hook. Oh, I totally miscounted there. So it looks like it's a Burn Down the House turn. My mistake. Witch's Vengeance does nothing for us. All of his creatures are 4/4s. Meat Hook still takes out another Gold Span or another 4/4 dragon if he has it, which is good for us. He's got the Moonveil Regent. Is he discarding his hand here? No. I wonder what he has in it. We're definitely going to Meat Hook next turn. 2 for 1-ing against a dragon deck is fantastic. Fortunately, this means we can't sacrifice the land. So we're down to 11. Definitely problematic. We'll see here. We do have a Deadly Dispute. We don't want him drawing off of that Moonveil. So we go up to 13. We're going to have to sack our land, I think. We keep the Agademes. We have 2 chump blockers in the bin. And we have a Meat Hook up, which translates into damage in this deck, so... So if we sack this and Agademes this turn, we get 2 creatures back. We stop taking damage. We start to stabilize. You could also play the Skullport Merchant or try to draw into something with Deadly Dispute, but I think we get the Agademes out of our hand now. We got things in the air to block. Yeah, let's sacrifice this. Orcus makes an appearance. Okay, another good blocker. So we'll play 2. We'll get back the Bloodcaster. We'll also get back the Eye Twitch, I think, versus the Cursebound Witch, just because the Eye Twitch can actually block in the air. I think it's more important here. Don't know what card he's been holding. I I don't think it's a dragon, I can tell that much. Piece of removal, but I'm not sure which. Maybe a Shatter Skull? No. Dragon's Fire sounds about right. Luckily we got the Eye Twitch back, so we had a backup blocker. Opponent's at 10. Is it another piece of removal that he drew into? Okay. So he's holding back one card. Definitely take the time here to Brushstroke. It's just an additional damage he spends every time he wants to swing in and get blocked. We also have a Deadly Dispute, which I think we're going to leave up. We're not going to swing here with the Eye Twitch. We have no idea what he has in his hand. Brittle Blast. Perpetually gain. If this permanent would die, exile it instead. Okay, well, we'll Deadly Dispute that. I think we can end up getting him back from the bin with the Orcus if we need to. And because it fizzled, this also does not get the perpetual exile effect. Very, very good for us. Okay, in comes the Gold Span. We do have an Infernal Grasp answer for it. I think this game's basically won at this point. Just have to seal the deal. Is there anything we're especially going to use here? I don't think we're ever going to take to turn 7 and get the Mascot Exhibition. Then again, you never know, right? I think we're just taking Environmental Sciences here. So we can grasp on his turn. I'm not sure there's any real reason for us to grasp on our turn. We can Cursive Leeches and start dragging him down that way. Yeah, we have enough mana to Cursive Leeches this turn, Environmental Sciences, and put out a Shambling Gas, but then that leaves us open to getting smorked in the face for 4. So I think we just Environmental Sciences, use the treasure for to leave up the Infernal Grasp. This deck wins by attrition, so him being at 7 is fantastic for us. Having another Meat Hook on reserve is fantastic too. I really don't see a way that he comes back into this. Opponent top decks a land. More good news for us, obviously. Now, we could have obviously removed that before he swung and got another treasure, but I mean, at this point, does it really matter? He has infinite mana and he's top decking, so I just don't see a world where it matters. Plus, we've won, right? There's no fucking way that we lose this. Yeah. Good game. Let's see. Are we on the play and thus capable of winning? Or are we on the draw and thus incapable of winning? Two lands. Slow draw. Are we keeping this? We'll try. We'll try. Okay, looks like we have discovered our cleric brethren. So this doesn't bode well for us. Oh, it might be a party deck, actually. It's either a party deck or just mono white, right? Decent, decent. So run at our eye twitch here because we want to take out the Allenbach escort. We don't want him giving anything indestructible. I wonder if I get punished. Do you think he runs Maul of the Skyclaves here? Maybe should have brought out the... Oh, Brutal Cathar. Okay. Yeah, that's a good pick. Okay, so we need some removal for the Brutal Cathar or for the Allenbach escort. Are we chumping here? Don't think so. Can always chump next turn. So the problem is, of course, we have the burn down the house. We got a tap land here. We have a land that does 3 damage to us as well. But do we get the Skullport Merchant out as a blocker? He has a pretty considerable body, right? Treasure doesn't hurt either. It'd be nice if we had a meat hook, we could just avoid the Allenbach escort altogether. Okay, so he has a lot of removal. He can save the Usher of the Fallen. If I... Oh, he'll have to pick one, right? So, I think we burn down the house anyways. Next turn. We can't really afford to take all of this damage. I mean, if we draw a meat hook, that's great, but we're going down to 9 because we need to play the Agadeems as a shock land. So that's pretty scary. 9, and he'll have 3/2 on the board, so we'll be at least at 6. Okay, so he has tons of life. Tormented Scarabs does nothing. I guess we're going Curse of Leeches. Hopefully we just draw an untapped land. That would be our best draw here. So we can use this again, and this guy goes up to a 4. Yeah, so we're in a lot of trouble here, right? We are in trouble. We do get some blockers back though, which is good. Yeah, he's gonna sack the Allenbach escort. We know that. We do get some goodies back. He becomes a 4/3, which we have an easy block here. Block with the Ghast. Well, opponent makes the decision for us. Good game. All right. I mean, we got draw, we got removal, we have nothing to use the Deadly Dispute on. Opponent goes first. If they have a super slow hand, this might work. We need to draw into one of our 10 1-drops. 2 2-drops. Let's try it. Okay, so we might be against Azorius again. Probably are against Azorius again. Oh, the Dimir version. Okay. Well, at least it doesn't have Divine Purge. A mill deck. Okay. Everybody loves mill. Very fun deck to play against. So our card draw means nothing, right? I don't know if we have the stopping power to beat mill, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not sure that we do. We're gonna give it a shot, but I'm not sure. I think it kills us before we can put up that type of damage. Now we have a deadly dispute, but we're just helping him, right? May have to use it anyway. Let's see. We do want to draw into land. I understand that's a pretty dangerous situation to be in. And we didn't draw into the land anyways, so that was a bit shit. I think we can safely take away one of these Infernal Grasps and look for the land. Okay. All right. Sure. Opponent is also a bouncy deck. Bouncy Mill. Okay. Now we have to discard a card. I think that's definitely the Deadly Dispute. Since it's not going to draw us any fucking lands anyways. Yeah, so... I mean, maybe nothing resolves ever again. Still didn't draw a land. That's unfortunate. Something tells me he runs Shadow's Verdict. He could just completely devastate us here. Yeah, so it's looking like we're pretty dead. Don't think we have what we need. Let's try, though. Let's try it. If we had an additional land, that'd be really cool. We could play with the meat hook as well. We go for lethal. If we had drawn land the past 2 turns, oh, looks like he got. Good game, buddy. I think we lucked out on that mill deck. He did not have the answer. If he had a divide by 0 there, I'm pretty sure we were dead. Okay, what do we got here? Got removal, got some early creatures, got no card draw, which is unfortunate. Play the Eye Twitch first. Is this Azorius Control again? I sincerely hope not. But, yeah, it is. Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see. play this out first. I mean, can't play the eye twitch because it takes double black anyways. Left one up for the Jwari though, which I think is important. Do we want to keep the Agadeems in hand, or do we want to get another mana? I think we want to get our mana here. Reason being is Divine Purge is the real killer. And it makes Agadeems basically useless. Take this turn to try and get some damage in. There's no point in slamming the Orcus. His hand is probably full of interaction. Gonna divide by 0 the eye twitch. Okay, so he's getting that. So we don't have much time until the until Hullbreaker or Liar come down. We're probably going to keep eating his graveyard here. We would like for him very much to not have that accessible to him. I would like to draw one more land. That would be nice. Looks like he can't interact with the Hive at the moment. Although this card could change that. 4 cards, eh? So we didn't draw land, so we can't get the eye twitch down again, but okay. So he used a Fading Hope, and he scryed to the bottom. It's fairly good for us. The thing with this deck is we're just running out of time, right? You can technically Hullbreaker next turn. Okay, he's digging. So he doesn't have that many answers, but... Or he might have no answer at all. Stay on the beatdown plan, I think. Did he find a Fateful Absence? No, he found another Fading Hope. Does he keep it on the top? He does. So that looks bad for us. Plays an Amiria's Call. It's interesting. He can double block the Hive, so he's blanked us there. He's pretty low on life. Take this opportunity to... If he had Divine Spark, he would not have used it yet. But he'll Divine Spark his own 4/4s. And then we can swing in with the Hive. He can't Doomscar here or he'll die. So he has Divine Spark. Or Bust, I think. Okay, he has Key to the Archive. That's a good one. He could technically Time Warp this turn. Discards the Negate. Do we go for the lethal here? Do we go for the lethal here? I think we got to go for it. It might have a bounce. That's okay. I did see him discard the Negate. And he's probably thinking I don't run that many spells to negate. Or he has another one in hand. Those are the two options, right? What's he dividing? He's dividing the brushstroke? Okay. So he might have a negate here? Okay. Did I count wrong? No. Yeah, okay. Opponent suicided. Divide by 0 on the meat hook there would have bought him another turn. Divide by 0 on the blood artist there would have bought him another turn, but GG's. So we made this deck with clerics specifically in mind, and of course when you do something like that on Arena, you will never experience that deck. But let's see if we can find one and just see if our deck works. It's still a rough go, I think, but I want to know that I can beat them. Fortunate about this tap land. Looks like it could be a black sack deck or maybe Dimir Control. Okay, it's looking like a black sack deck. I really want to try to get our land here. I can kill the Bloodcaster as well. I don't really want to leave the Bloodcaster on the board. I don't want him amassing some giant swarm of blood tokens here. Which I think is the correct call. Brushstroke comes down. We can remove it this turn, but I don't think it's really necessary. Are we using our treasure here? I think so. I think we want to get on the board. Blood Artist is obviously a great choice for your Infernal Grasp. Meat Hook is also very important in this matchup. Okay, he's got another. We're going to kill that as well. Hopefully we draw a land so we can play our own. Yeah, there we go. Good job, deck. So now we should be on even footing here. One of us won't be able to drain the other more than... because we'll both have brushstrokes. Which is good. Very good. Also have 2 Blood Artists on board, but he may have a Meat Hook, which would be shitty. If he doesn't have a Meat Hook, though, that's pretty great for us. Okay, so we get 2 activations. That's good. Restless Bloodseeker. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, what does he do? Beginning of your end step, if you gain life this turn, create a blood token. Nice. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty damn cool. So he just keeps creating blood tokens with this guy, which is fantastic, actually. So we have to get rid of him? Yeah, I mean, kind of have to, right? Yeah, I think you have to get rid of him. Just an engine. End up draining for 3. So we're back on even footing, and we also have a burn down the house. It's a cool card. Definitely a cool card. Especially in this deck. I haven't really seen it played. We will sacrifice an online permanent. I think we're holding the land here to discard to Tigrid. It's an interesting situation to be in. He has a Lulth. Nice, nice. We do kill that next turn. We also drain with the meat hook because he'll probably try to block, right? Yeah, so I think we're discarding our land here. He's thinking about looting as well. Gets him to 14 life. Get rid of the Infernal Grasp. So... who's going where? Let's see here. What do we really want to get rid of here? I need to get rid of that. I do believe. Oh, I definitely fucked that up. I meant to Infernal Grasp beforehand. Okay, so that was a bad move. Bad move. He's gonna trade us.
You win this round, and I'll be waiting. We will slay.
Definite mistake there. Meant to Infernal Grasp after declaring, right before declaring attacker. But can you even do that? I meant to Infernal Grasp in combat using the Hive, but now that I think about it, I'm not even sure you can do that. Might have just been a bad play in general. So he's gonna do it again. In a bit of trouble now, right? We'll lose 3 life. What can we bring back? We can bring back a Blood Artist and a Shambling Ghast. I think we go for it. So, we get 3 damage from the Blood Artist. We get 2 damage, or 5, he'd be at 4. Then he would get the Blood Token. I think we go face with this. Yeah, he's pretty close to dead. He does have Blood Token to gain him 2 life, but I don't think we want to give him the lottery of using the Curse-Bound Witch. Because he can get something really fucking nasty off that thing, and then the whole game turns around. I'm not really into that. He's at 2. He gets a Necrotic Fumes, but he'll have to use his Witch to use it, so he won't... Oh, he has another. Okay, that's good for him. Assume he uses this on the Blood Artist, right? Good call. We just lose 3 life here. So I think we just win. He can't loot, right? Oh, he can loot whatever card he gets here. But then he's forced to get rid of it. Forcing him to discard the Witch's card is pretty good. It's good for us. Yeah, that was a nasty one too. Glad we got rid of that. He has no more blood tokens. So what you see is what you get. Hopefully he didn't draw a Meat Hook Massacre. So... Okay, we will sacrifice this. We will do 1 damage to you, and we will do another damage to you with the Meat Hook. Okay. GG's. Okay. And is clunky as fuck. Don't think this is a keep. We have no ramp, we have no card draw. We have some spot removal. Opponent goes first. We do have comeback mechanics in our hand. It's just whether we are allowed to get to them. And it's looking like we probably will not. We have the Eye Twitch. We can get Environmental Sciences. Gets us a little bit closer. We're having a real land problem. I'm not entirely sure why. I don't think we're blocking the pup here. We're leaving open the Infernal Grasp. Not drawing land again. 2nd game in a row. Seems to happen to us quite often, unfortunately. So we're going to chump here. We need to take the opportunity to look for a land. So we're going to take the Environmental Sciences. Yeah. Question is, do we go for black or red? Meat Hook gets us there sooner, but if he starts buffing his guys, probably won't kill everything. We have way more blacks in the deck, so let's go for a red, which might come to bite us in the ass. If there's a world where I can just hit my land drops consistently, I think the deck does much better. But it's seeming like just not in the cards, right? Okay, we got a land. That's good. I think we have to wipe these two. We don't want Rahilda? Rahilda. We don't want Rahilda getting our shit. We'd prefer our aggro deck to not have card draw. That would be nice. So it's unfortunate it's not a total board clear, but leaving the pup on the board isn't as big of a deal as you might think. Alright, we got a Storm Seeker. If we draw another land, we're golden. Careful what you wish for. I should have said untapped land. So he's representing that he might have Snakeskin Veil. Yeah, I think we're playing the Merchant out here. We're gonna try to chump with him. We're gonna get greedy with our burn down the house. Hopefully we can... Okay, so he gets a card draw here, which sucks. That does suck. So who are we blocking? He needs 4 mana in order to do that. We're taking 6 damage here. That's pretty devastating. Not too much we can do about it. Two lands. Okay. No way. My God, Kazul's Fury, get the fuck out of here with that shit. My God. What the hell, man? Leave me alone. Okay. That was that's some scary business. Fortunately, the opponent's as good at counting as we are. So we play this. We play these for chump blockers, right? Yeah. Are we attacking here? I don't think so. If he has the 4/4 charger, we get totally fucked. So he does have a trampler on board here. This is interesting. Gain 1 life and get rid of the ghast. Brings us down to 1, 2 life, right? We should gain a life. Yeah. Oh, see, I can't fucking count. Back up to 3. Let's ship the Shambling Ghast back. Pad our life total a little bit. Okay, this is good. This is good. Please no Kazul's Fury. Alright. Another meat hook. Doesn't do us any good right now. I think we're just going to swarm the board at this point. Swing with 3. This way we have exactly 5 if he drops a 4/4 charger. It is nighttime, which is pretty scary. Has another ranger class. Okay. Let us count. So, 6 plus 6 damage. I mean, this is lethal, right? Do I need to count? 6 damage. He's at 9. Yeah, it's fucking lethal. Nailed it. could have also swung, to be sure, but I'm fairly positive. I've never been so positive of something in my life. And that is how the deck is supposed to work. Not even the sneaky Kazul's Furies can get past. Okay, thank you. Thank you for sparing my clicky finger. Good game.